You know, there's a lot of people that want to say that Adrien Broner should switch his boxing coach or, trainer, whatever you feel comfortable calling him. And I used to be, one of those guys a few years ago thinking that Broner should split with Stafford. Mike Stafford, the legendary Cincinnati boxing coach that has 6 Olympians and currently works with 3 world champions. But this your boy CJ Goodfella back with the boxing clinic. And, I did a live video on this in a boxing group, and I'm going to, do a hard copy on it because it kind of went really well, and it just went for us talking about one thing, and, one of the guys asking me about Adrien Broner because he's from Cincinnati, and, it turned into a very good conversation, and we're going to take that probably, 10-minute conversation and cut it down a little bit and cut the fat out. But, I used to think, the issue was Mike Stafford, and now I know it's not. Because when I look at it, man, I look at the Madonna fight, and that's when I really started to notice that he didn't listen to Mike Stafford. And, he's crying, and he wants to be in charge, and he knows everything. And that's fine and dandy. And, really it's not. And then I look, he working with Barry Hunter. He working with the Peterson boys. He working with the Mick guy, the big Mick guy from DC. It's his birthday today. Shout out to him. What was his birthday this weekend? Can't remember his name, but everybody know the big guy that always worked the Mitt, one of the best in the business. He had Kevin Cunningham in his corner. He actually worked with Roger Mayweather at one point. Just playing around. He's talked to Freddie Roach before. Paul Malignaggi has helped him out before. He got Floyd Mayweather in his corner. And with all this advice he's getting from the outside that people call him and tell him what he needs to do, it's not helping. So it's not Mike Stafford, And people are talking about that there's all these different media outlets and lower level media outlets saying that he's leaving Mike Stafford. And that could be true, but I don't think that's the issue. I think the mentality of Adrien Broner is the issue. Everybody wants to jump to the focus, but it's not the focus. Because before the focus, you got to have the mentality to be a boxer. You got to have the mentality to want to be great. You got to have the mentality to want to get in there and mix it up. And if your mentality ain't on boxing and solely on boxing, then it's going to be an issue. He's dropping a mixtape August 15th. And that just shows you where his priorities is at. If I just lost the biggest fight of my career, that was supposed to be in my career defining fight, and if I lost it, most people consider me a stepping stone or damn near a borderline gatekeeper for a test for up and coming fighters and young boxers. Then I'm out here trying to figure out how to fix this shit. I'm down here watching tape. I'm taking advice. I'm asking Floyd what's going on. I'm calling Paulie what's going on. I'm sitting down with Mike Stafford, having a serious talk about the lifestyle changes that I need to make, the adjustments that we can make in the ring, and how can we fix my issues. I'm not focusing on shit else. Partying, after party, smoking, drinking, none of that shit. I'm not talking shit. I'm not on Instagram. I'm not cussing out the fans saying y'all motherfuckers still gonna come see me. I'm not focused on none of that. I'm focused on breaking down tape, seeing where I can get better and where I can make the adjustments, with my team, for me to thrive and get back on the level where people thought I was at one point in my career, which was, a bottom of the pound for pound list, about 8. I think the Ring had him ranked that, and rightfully so at the time. I thought, I'm trying to see what's going on. But his mentality is not on being a boxer. It's on being a celebrity. He wants to be a celebrity. He wants to be Floyd Money Mayweather. Not Pretty Boy, not Floyd when he steps in that square circle. He wants to be the Floyd Mayweather that can go to the BET Awards, that can show to the Grammys, that can rub shoulders with Lil' Kim, that can be on first name basis in first speed dial with Magic Johnson. He wants to be the celebrity Floyd Mayweather. He's infatuated with the money. He's infatuated with when Floyd was rubbing elbows with 50 Cent. That's what he wants to be. He doesn't want to be a boxer. His sole focus ain't being a boxer. And your mentality is on being a celebrity and not being the best boxer you could be. That's the issue. And then once he gets that settled in, he's able to cope with that, and he wants to be in the game 100% fully in. Then we worried about the focus on boxing. Okay, I'm focused on boxing now. My mentality is I want to be a boxer. I want to be great. I want to fix this thing. Now let me focus on my career where I need to make my adjustments at. Let me talk to Mike Stafford and see if we can make those adjustments. If Mike Stafford can't give me the answer to make those adjustments, then I need to find another boxing coach that can. And then you do that. You find a coach that can. You see what the game plan is. You see the adjustments that he wants you to make in the ring. It's similar to when NFL team has a quarterback and they bring in a new regime, and you know the new quarterback coach, offensive coordinator, head coach want to sit with the quarterback and see, you know, where they can improve him at and where they can help him at and what they can do with him to help him to be a better quarterback. And if it works, okay, cool. You know, if it don't work, then they find another quarterback. You know what I'm saying? That's a similar thing with Adrien Broner with the coaches. You know, he sit down, you know, with the coaches and see, you know, if he's a free agent in this aspect of the trainer-coach relationship, and see who can give him the best shot at, you know, breaking down his film and seeing what they can do to mask or kind of close the gap in some of those skills deficiencies that he does have. And once he's able to do that, and he needs to work with somebody for like 6 months to a year before he even can fight, he should fight again, and just get the proper sparring and get the proper technical advice and learning and getting a feel for the boxing coach and getting a feel for the lingo and getting that rapport and that camaraderie with the coach, and then fight a nice little lower level fight, 1 or 2 mid-level, couple mid-level fights, then go back for the big fights. And that's how he should do. But it's the mentality of Adrien Broner. It's not Michael Stafford. He had 3 great coaches around him. It's Adrien Broner. He want to be a celebrity or he want to be a boxer. And that's all I'm saying. We gone.